Imagine living in a world where losing a job or facing sudden uncertainty doesn't automatically push you into fear, because the place you live is designed to sustain you. Today, I want to talk about self sustainable cities, what they really mean, why the world desperately needs them, and how they reshape the future of housing, farming, and everyday living. This isn't about futuristic concepts. It's about merging simple ideas we already understand: food security, renewable energy, natural ecosystems, community living, and economic resilience. A self sustainable city is built on a single principle: what you need to live should come from where you live. It's about growing food locally instead of depending on long, vulnerable supply chains. It's about generating power through solar or wind. So, energy doesn't have to come from massive grids that may fail. It's about harvesting water, recycling waste, and restoring ecosystems so the land becomes healthier each year. In such cities, every home becomes more than walls and a roof. It becomes an active part of the environment, contributing to biodiversity, carbon reduction, and long term resilience. Over the last few decades, we've watched the world chase convenience, and in that race, we've ignored how fragile our systems have become. Climate change, extreme weather, pollution, water scarcity, job instability, mass layoffs, and rising living costs have turned modern life into a balancing act. Many people now ask a simple question: is there a better way to live? And the answer is yes, but it requires rethinking how we build cities from the ground up. The core idea is straightforward: combine natural farming, permaculture, renewable power systems, organic waste recycling, water conservation, and community governance. Give each family enough land to grow their own food while designing roads, homes, and common spaces in harmony with nature. Add in modern green building principles like passive cooling, low VOC materials, airtight building envelopes, grey water systems, and energy efficient construction. When you put all of these pieces together, you get something powerful: a home that feeds you, powers you, and protects you. In these cities, agriculture is not pushed out to the edge. Instead, it is brought into the heart of the community. Orchards on every plot build food forests, attracting birds, insects, and wildlife. Natural pest management replaces chemical based agriculture. Soil health improves through mulching, composting, and agroecology techniques, which means healthier crops with less effort. Instead of monocultures, you grow diverse plants that support each other, keeping the ecosystem stable and reducing the need for external inputs. But sustainability is not only about food or farming, it's also about how people make decisions and how they manage daily life. In a self sustainable model, communities share certain resources like water purification units, solar grids, rainwater reservoirs, and collectively managed green zones. This reduces costs, minimizes waste, and creates collective responsibility. Even urban challenges like waste management become easier when waste is treated as a resource. Kitchen waste becomes compost, grey water irrigates trees, recycled materials get upcycled into useful objects. This is circular economy thinking at a community scale. One of the biggest misconceptions about self sustainable cities is the belief that they are primitive or lacking comfort. In reality, they combine the best of both worlds. You get modern architecture, efficient housing, renewable power, smart water systems, and at the same time, the peace of having your own orchard, your own food, and your own control over essential resources. Instead of paying high utility bills, the city itself becomes your utility. Instead of worrying about rising prices, your food literally grows around you. This model also solves a problem many people don't talk about openly: job insecurity. As AI continues automating industries, layoffs are becoming more frequent across IT, finance, design, customer service, manufacturing, and countless other sectors. People who spent years building careers suddenly find themselves vulnerable. A self sustainable city provides a safety net you can't find in conventional urban life. Even if income stops temporarily, basic survival does not. You have food, water, and energy. The essentials stay stable even if the world outside fluctuates. These cities also become living classrooms for sustainability. Children grow up learning how food is grown, how energy is produced, and how ecosystems function. Adults reconnect with nature through daily interaction, whether picking fruit, planting vegetables, or simply living among trees and biodiversity. Over time, this shapes more responsible citizens, better environmental stewardship, and a deeper understanding of how nature supports life. But the biggest transformation comes from mindset. Today, most people see a home as a financial investment. In a self sustainable city, your home becomes an environmental investment, a food source, a climate resilient shelter, and a long term security system. You stop depending on distant supply chains or unpredictable markets. Instead, you build resilience from the soil upward. And that's the real takeaway. Sustainability isn't only about protecting the planet, it's about protecting people. It's about creating systems that continue to support us through uncertainty. It's about restoring harmony between humans and nature so that both can thrive together. The future won't belong to the cities that grow the fastest, but to the cities that grow the smartest. Those that regenerate instead of deplete, nourish instead of consume, and empower instead of burden. And if we choose to build and live this way, we don't just create better cities, we create a better life.
This information is brought to you by Ramakrishna Surathu, author of the book You Are God, founder, developer, and chief executive officer of the self sustainable city